sukan ini bukan hanya kegiatan satu sudut asing, tetapi sebahagian daripada pembangunan negara, sebahagian daripada langkah menjamin penyertaan yang lebih bermakna di kalangan anak-anak, pelbagai kaum, pelbagai agama. Kalau generasi saya, semua kagum dengan Muqtada Hari, Dr. Jagatazan, Bumbi, Rashid Siddiq. Itu je nama-nama yang disanjung kerana jasa mereka dan usaha mereka dilihat sebagai orang yang gigih berlatih, kuat disiplin, tinggi semangat dan cinta kepada negara. Jadi kita kenang dan salute kepada mereka yang berjasa kepada negara kita. Under the new leadership, the Noza has worked indefatigably hard to ensure that the sports complex, particularly the headquarters for the National Olympic Council, is in place, and rightfully so in this complex, which has been able to attract not only sports enthusiasts, but also the general public, particularly the young. So I think it is naturally a progression, because once you place these more than 50 organizations in one roof, I think they must interact, they must give ideas, they must give suggestions and criticisms, so that the general sports performance can be further enhanced. And I think the government, through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, has been very proactive, very supportive. And you have a good minister who has been harassing me for more money, more funds. I understand, because when you work, Noza, of course, precisely know this, and Ana you in her job, and of course people in the Perdana Stadium and Institute, and of course the ministry, you work with a passion, you believe in it. And I think what relevance has it got to do with this Malaysia Madani? Because we are talking about empowerment. Of course, we begin with economic fundamentals, but we talk about the social and cultural empowerment. And one particularly important facet is certainly the need to ensure that the masses, the general masses, not only the small elite, are involved in every sport known in the country, and new avenues where we can continue to expand, promote, and encourage, particularly the young. You see, I am quite excited with this project and with these sports activities, because I am clearly in no position to encourage or to suggest any other facet of activity that can really get Malaysians of racial creed and together with the spirit of just wanting to succeed as one. And we have seen that even in those difficult days. Remember, we had some unfortunate period in our history where there was certain feeling of antagonism between races. But when it comes to sports, or football and badminton, those days, I mean, everybody was gathered together those days and wanting our team to win. It doesn't matter whether it's a Malay or Chinese or Daya or Indian. We consider them as Malaysian, and that's what I feel we need to promote. But of course, we also need to excel. So everybody's waiting under Hana and now with Norza. Well, we expect one gold medal at least for the Olympic. Otherwise, they'll be in trouble. But as I always tell my grandchildren, because sometimes in chess or in football, which they are involved in, they get very upset when they lose. I told them that's not the spirit. The spirit, of course, to win. But the sportsmanship, the term sportsmanship is such a value-laden term. You try your best, you try and excel, but you accept it in a sportsmanship fashion. There's no language in politics about sportsmanship. Politics is where you kill one another. I mean, not literally, hopefully, but only in sports, not in culture, not in the arts, you see, or not in the economic rivalry. But in sports, there's this term called sportsmanship, which essentially means you must work, you must try and excel and win, but you accept the fact that the best man or woman or team win, and in that sportsmanship spirit. That is why we take very seriously any issue of hooliganism and violence in sports, particularly in football in this country. There is zero tolerance, because that goes against the very spirit of sportsmanship. Everyone supports their team or their state or their province, but does not allow them to create chaos and tolerate hooliganism. So we'll make a difference. Don't import that culture of hooliganism in sports, as you read and see and watch in television from the experience of other countries. More tolerance to this, because to me it runs contrary to the very spirit of sports, of getting people together, knowing the differences, having such a passion. People cry when they win, and they cry when they lose. You know, and which means you cannot deny the passion, but it does not warrant them to take action which runs contrary to the whole spirit of sportsman, or Hannah will correct me, sportswomanship, whatever. So I think I therefore share my excitement, Tanzil Noza, about development today, and let me assure you, the good news is that is one rare occasion that the Sports Council didn't ask for money from me as Minister of Finance. Oh, what a relief. Let me assure you, tomorrow we have a cabinet. I'm sure Hannah will just use the occasion to say a wonderful event, a wonderful building, for sports, for culture, for the environment, for alternative energy, for green, for climate change, whatever. And we have to look at the requirements when necessary. I can assure you, I will not announce anything today, but I can assure you that we'll continue to monitor, we'll support the council, and we'll support the sports organizations as long as they care for or take special effort to improve governance and to make sure that the benefit does not go to the council or to the board members, but must ultimately benefit the sportsmen and sportswomen, and particularly the young who aspire to do much more and will certainly be able to contribute much more to this country. Jadi sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Tanzil Noza dan seluruh pasukan dia dan rakan-rakan bandaraya dan stadium, Perbadanan Stadium, KBS utamanya yang telah membantu menjayakan program ini, dan saya insyaAllah akan berikan perhatian. Tadi saya bincang dengan Menteri Hanayu tentang untuk melihat sekali lagi tentang sekolah sukan, apa sahaja yang perlu kita bantu, pastikan mutu ditingkatkan, kemudahan diberikan, dan di samping itu pada institut, perbadanan apa saja yang diperlukan, tapi utamanya untuk menentukan MRCB, ingat mesti siapkan, bukan dia mengikut jadual, tapi lebih awal dari jadual.